In this video, I will show you how to create a custom data wall for your Pride Time students so that you can look at some of their ABCs data. To do this, we will start by going to the charting icon on the left. And from here, you will find Custom Class Data Wall. You could also follow these same steps to create a custom grade data wall, and that would just create it for all students in one grade level. The class data wall will create it for one PowerSchool class, and today we'll focus on that Pride Time. So you'll choose the school year, and then find your name in the list, and then select your Pride Time from your list of courses. And you can just select all periods here. From here, we will choose Next. We don't need to do anything with filters. Now under assessment, for the purpose of looking at ABCs, we really are just going to look at a behavior assessment, so the SABRS assessment. So we'll go ahead and select behavior. If you wanted to create another one of these for a different class, you could select any category there. We will choose FAST as the assessment group, which is for FastBridge. And then here we are going to deselect all assessments, and we want the SABRS student and SABRS teacher score. Okay. And if I expand that, I'm going to deselect these three. That way I just see their overall score for SABRS teacher or SABRS student, and not the breakdown of each individual score. For now, we can leave that as all windows. There's only a fall window at this point. Okay, so that covers the S part of ABCs, for S for screener. Back over here, you'll see I can come down to incident. And we want to look at PowerSchool incidents. Remember, those are our majors or office discipline referrals, which is the B in ABCs for behavior. So we're going to select PowerSchool incidents so that we see all of those. We don't need to look at minors for this. And then again over here on the left, we also want to include our attendance, our A, and we'll check include attendance. The only thing that won't be on this data wall is grades. We could add that, but then you would have a column for each class available to any of your students, which would be a pretty lengthy data wall and just not great to look at. So looking over here, my data wall is going to include SABRS student, SABRS teacher, PowerSchool incidents, and attendance. Go ahead and hit search. And then you'll have this data wall with all of the students, how many PowerSchool incidents, their attendance rate, and SABRS student and teacher scores. You can expand a column so that you can see what the title is. And you can sort any column by just clicking at the top. So if you want to sort alphabetically, you click student. If you want to sort by how many incidents they have or their attendance rate, just click at the top of whichever column you want to sort by. You can download this as an Excel file, but then it won't have the color coding unless you go back and put that in. If at any time you need to change what's on here or you want to add additional information, you can edit your search right up here in the top left corner. If you want to save this data wall for later, you can choose the thumbtack and give it a name. And if you already have some collections created, you could add it to that by selecting the drop-down. Or if you don't have any and you want to make a new one, you could click New Collection here, give your collection a name, and click Create. And then we could add the collection to, or add the data wall to that and hit Save. And what that does is if I go ahead and close out of this, collections live over here in this puzzle piece. So if you choose the collections, find the one you just made. If you had pinned any charts, they'd be here, but we come to data walls. And then that is automatically saved here so that every time you log into EduClimber in the future, you can go right to this data wall. It will update as new data comes in. You just don't have to run the search every time. And that is data walls. You should be able to use this to go through and check your students' risk factors for the ABCs. We'll just have to cross-check course grades using another method.